here. How you doing? You doing good? Turkey good to you? Thanksgiving, you thank the Lord for all the things you have and the things you wish you had. Did you do it? Hope you did. Hey, how you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Brand new here, I'm Bobby Dirkens. Clemson, South Carolina gets together tomorrow for the first time in Death Valley since the last time. Let me tell you, the last time South Carolina came to Clemson was the 2018 season when Clemson ended up winning the national championship, 144-16 in the national championship out there in California. That's where, you could ask a woman on a date and find out later that she has a goober. So, it's been a while. And then, of course, the next year I was at that game as well. It was in South Carolina. Yeah, that was 2019. Year after that was the COVID year when everybody lost their sense of direction and logic. So, the team that was only about an hour and a half up a road from Clemson couldn't come play Clemson because there was some type of protocol that said they couldn't. But the University of Miami could come up, 13 hours from South Carolina, from Miami up to Clemson and play, and it was totally acceptable. And then instead of picking up where they supposed to pick up and say, you know what, we were off last year, y'all just come Clemson this year. Lord, no. We had to go back down there to Hell's Little Armpit and play football against them losers. A very boring game. We still won 30-0. So they finally coming back to the Valley tomorrow, 12 o'clock. I think it's, I don't know, ABC, ESPN. There's a bunch of pedophiles that owns all those websites. So, who cares? It'll be on there. Oh, we'll be at the ball game tomorrow. Courtesy of one of my good friends, Chase Henderson. Jason Parker Henderson are two wonderful brothers. I call them the Henderson sisters. Precious people. I'm going to tell you right now, if I went into the apocalypse right now, I'd hope to have one of them with me. I just won't say which one I wouldn't want with me. But I will leave that at that. But he was kind enough, had some extra deeds. Now, let me tell you this. He gave me some, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, he gave me some tickets. It's the type of people he is. Chase, he's sitting in the really good seats. This is the place where they're sitting there and they massage your feet. They fix food for you. And they massage your shoulders. They give you biblical counseling. All while you're watching a Clemson football game. That's something. South Carolina's coming off this big game. The week before, they went down and played Florida, which Florida being any less of a 7-win team, 8-win team is a joke. But somehow Napier has done it. He has done it. And I just don't think that was a good hire. I could have gave him some high school coaches' names that Florida could have hired instead of him. And it would make more sense than him. But hey, to each their own. They've just got millions of dollars to throw away like it's nothing. But no. South Carolina comes off that big win against Tennessee. It shocked the world, shocked Tennessee fans. What was it, 63-38, something like that. And now South Carolina is just absolutely just jabbing that mouth. They just run around, forgetting that the week before they lost to Florida bad. And then the next week Florida lost to Vanderbilt. The nerds of the SEC. And let me tell you, I'm going to make a statement that's going to piss off a bunch of people, but I'm used to it. It's actually kind of fun. I might have to throw up. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I'm fine. So, if play this game. In the ACC, if Wake Forest goes out and beats NC State, and they beat North Carolina, they lose to Clemson, but they beat Syracuse, and then they lose to Duke. In the ACC, they would be called terrible football team. But if you're in the SEC, people makes up more excuses than a third grader trying to explain why he pissed his pants in the first 15 minutes of class. Well, you got to understand, it's a really competitive football. Is that why Ole Miss lost to Mississippi State last night? Oh, that's a rivalry. Okay, all right, I'll give you that. Last week against Arkansas. Well, Arkansas's not near as good as what everybody thought they were going to be this year. So unless you got some good fentanyl in your system or you got your meth going on, I'm going to tell you something. Whether you like me or not, love or hate my team or not, you are stupid. We're talking about card-carrying, bona fide, could receive some type of government subsidy, and don't be surprised if that happens, because between you and I, they'll do anything for votes, even right up to make them up. I just pissed off a bunch of people when they clicked off, but I don't want those morons on my side anyway. They'll do that to make it up. Let me tell you this right now, that Florida beat South Carolina, lost to Vandy, Auburn losing games left and right, Missouri beats Arkansas, Arkansas beats his team. That's it. Let me tell you this, if that happened in any other conference other than the SEC, everybody would rightfully say, listen to me, would rightfully say they're inconsistent football players. And I don't think they're as good as what they think they are. But when it comes to the SEC, people start jazzing out that the SEC is just that good. I don't know. It's stupid. Henderson sisters in here. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to say may there to you, and then I'm going to dive right into this game. I've just been talking trash for the past 7.5 minutes, which is fun for me. Chase Henderson's in there. Says, may there you beautiful butterfly. Let me tell you what I do to get this complexion. I drink beer. I drink bourbon. Drink more beer. And then L'Oreal. That's it. Also, I was going to do the stem cell thing until I found out the whole killing babies thing. And I know for other people, they love killing babies and just for the heck of it, but that's just not my taste. Good to see you here. Mr. Brown, good to see you. Jim Kotskos, it's Jimbo, good to see you. May there to you. Got Philip Bird and Tiger Raven in here. Lee Griffith. Got Nicholas Powell in here. Chase says, me and Parker, his beautiful sister with the semi-great legs, need to rock, paper, scissors for the tickets. Nicholas Powell is begging God that DJ won't play like DJ of 2021. Mrs. Zanfan, do you have one more ticket? Nope, I don't. But in my heart, I do. Clemson Carson's in here. Tiger Raven's in here. May there to you. Got Chase in here. Parker finally showed up. Chase is an imposter. I synced it. That is true. Chase, you're right. My wife's sister finally finished cleaning out her litter box. That's good to know. Stinks. TJ Lee in here. Let me tell you right now. I've known TJ Lee since he was so young. He could actually go into a women's bathroom, use it, look up under the stall with the other women. It'd been totally acceptable. Good to see you, TJ. May there to you. Lord be with you. What'd you say up here? You up here saying a bunch of stuff. My neighbor's brother-in-law already saying y'all had a good run. I hope you're ready for it to end tomorrow. Oh, you sweet crystal chick. They're going to figure out who the real big brother is. That's right, Chase. But the South Carolina fans goes out. They win one game, and then suddenly everything's done. I mean, that's it. Parker said, it sounds like the problem they had in California. Let me tell you right now. Right now, somewhere in California, they're trying to pass a law where a man can hump a goat, and it's totally acceptable. Look at that man over there. Have you ever seen anyone with that much love for a goat? I have. And it's right over there. We should pass a law to protect it. It's a person engaged in having sex with an animal. Not okay. Let's get to the game. South Carolina did have an impressive win against Tennessee last week. I don't know what happened to Josh Heupel. Maybe he went up to Ye Olde Steakhouse, which, by the way, is one of the best steakhouses I've ever been in my life. It's there in Knoxville. And had too much red meat. And God forbid he might have had a stroke. I mean, old Joshy Poo's been piling on the weight, and that does stuff to your blood pressure. Even somebody like myself can understand that. So he comes out there, and instead of like they do with Lee Corso, when they hide him for most of the game day broadcast, and they let him come out for 2 or 3 minutes and mumble through a couple of words, an F word here, an F word there, and maybe an ethnic slur here, an ethnic slur there. I mean, at least he's not running the country. It'd be terrible if anybody had anybody running our country who didn't know who they were. That would never happen here. Josh lost his mind, and they got beat, the crap beat out of him. And the sandstorm prevailed. But ever since that, they believe in their mind that they are 1-0. 1-0. They beat Tennessee. They have done it. They are 1-0 when they forgot the rest of the season. And now they're going to come in and play Clemson. Now for them, they look up to Clemson and they say, y'all playing the terrible ACC. Y'all are overrated. And then they lose like they pretty much always do. Clemson. I mean, if right now South Carolina won from right now up until I was 70 years old, they would and Clemson not win one game in the series. Up till then, they would just tie the series. That's right. I think that math's right. But anyway, South Carolina fans are feeling good. I mean, normally they're losing like you would not lose. I mean, I want you to go out to Hollywood, all these actresses and models. And these women have been beautiful for years. And then one day they realize they ain't as beautiful as they once was. So what do? They go to their local plastic surgery. They start injecting stuff in their face. And at first, you really can't tell because it's just like they got a few little wrinkles. Well, then as time goes on, they start putting more and more plastic in their face. And then before you know it, when they cry, they laugh, they look surprised. Their face can't move. Why? Because they're immediately a mannequin. Their face does not have the ability to react to everyday emotion. With that said, it's gone. South Carolina Gamecocks has been running their mouth about Clemson for many years. The very year that Clemson won 44-16 over Alabama. The secondary team that all SEC teams pull for until Georgia recently decided to use their talent, stop pissing it away like they had the past 40 years. They always pull for Alabama because they knew, especially over the past 10 years, they stood a good chance of actually capturing the title by a secondary team they pulled for. And they'd always play this little thing right here where they'd say, we'll pull for the conference. Well, who do you pull for first time? It doesn't matter. SEC, and all that much stuff. And they were a Kentucky fan the entire time. They were a Georgia fan. They were a South Carolina fan. They were Texas A&M when that happened a few years ago. My point in it is South Carolina is not acquainted with reality that well. Clemson lost one ball game this season, and it wasn't good. It was really, really bad. They lost to Notre Dame and had no business losing that game to Notre Dame. We all know it. Notre Dame fans have become awfully mouthy up to this point, like they have something to cheer about, forgetting that they lost to Stanford, who at that point was their only third win against Notre Dame. The other one of their wins was against Colgate, not the toothpaste company, the small school. And then before that, they lost to Marshall, who everybody was sitting there, playing that Marshall movie over. And that was a sad story and stuff. But y'all, stop taking sad stories and trying to apply it to modern day. The sad thing now is that their football team was just overrated and Notre Dame sucked at the time. The point here is that Notre Dame, getting awfully mouthy about a game they finally come out and won. But everybody else, when they're playing Clemson, they're awfully quick to forget Brian Bresee and Trenton Simpson and Miles Murphy, Tyler Davis, Sheridan Jones. You got B-Blah, Blue Blah Blah. We've got a lot of players who play for us that I just choke half the time I pronounce their name. But the point about it is, everybody wants to point that one ball game. South Carolina, here's what I want to tell you. You had the game of a lifetime against Tennessee. I watched the entire thing. I can't take it away from that. But I'm going to tell you right now, even a broke clock is right twice a day. And for y'all, you got lucky. You got lucky. And you were right once. Tomorrow ain't going to be one of them times. South Carolina, you pathetic, you dumb. And Beamer, I actually like him. I like him. I think Beamer has some good things about him. And one of the good things about him is he'll probably get swept up and get a better job than you bunch of losers. Spencer Rattler looks confused on every play he's done except for that Tennessee game. And tomorrow, I just want to stop right there and tell you, I want to thank y'all for beating Tennessee the week before you play us. Because up until that point, we just saw you for the losers that you are. Losing to Florida. And losing to Missouri. And then getting your jaw, teeth slapped out of your mouth against Georgia. But, with y'all playing your best game the week before us, I want you to know we got to sit and watch every little good thing you could possibly ever do against the team. And we've had a whole week to prepare. I think I had a stroke. Maybe I can take Lee Corso's place. Prepare. We appreciate it. Y'all are so smart and you're so good. And you're wonderful. Thank you for doing that for us. Clemson is a 14.5 point favorite tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Me and Bobby Dirkens Jr. will be at the game. So if you see us wandering around, feel free to stop us. Now, I will tell you, after consulting with my legal counsel, I can no longer sign little children's foreheads. No matter how much you beg me or pay me to, that is considered child abuse in some counties within the upstate of South Carolina. Namely, all of them. So I won't do that. I just had a request. Now, about 5 years ago, I wrote one of the greatest songs ever written. It's up there between Amazing Grace, Smoke on the Water, Hey Jude, Chattahoochee by Alan Jackson, Hit Me Baby One More Time by a pre-psychotic problems driven by her parents, Britney Spears. And I do not want to disappoint one person. I have a mic on here. I'm going to take it off. Circles. Circles. And I am going to play the song that has split time. Let me get my guitar. I'm here. I don't know how much y'all can hear of this, but it's probably just good enough. Let me tell you right now, if I was to play this during World War II, Hitler would have put a gun to every one of their mouth and blown his head off, instead of going down to Argentina and hiding. I'm going to break wind in this mic. Some of you out there right now thinking about committing suicide. Maybe life ain't good. Listen to the words of these songs. Let it penetrate your heart. Let it wash away all the stupidity that has and will be. And let it go. He did. He did, Chase. He did. This song is for the weary and the happy. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. Take a fish out of water and try to make it drive a car. Even if you're drunk, you know it won't get too far. Just like those losers from Columbia in the armpit of the state, running their mouth and pissing people off, claiming there's something they ain't. Sing it now. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. You know Clemson plays great football without a doubt. Go read a record book, you bunch of morons. But you boys are really good at eating dookie for a snack. Whoa. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. Come on, you non-binary people. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. The rest. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, you bunch of losers. Let's see if I remember the. I don't know where I'm at right now. It was just like a unicorn came in here and picked me up and flew me. Flew me up to Mount Everest. And there was a monk up there. His name was Kwawanchi. And he looked me in the eyes, bald head and all. Said, Bobby? I said, yes, Kwawanchi. And he said, I want you to go back and sing a song to the masses. The world needs it. I said, Kwawanchi, are you sure about that? And Kwawanchi looked at me and he said, yes, I'm sure about it. Then at the moment I looked at Kwawanchi and I said, why are you sitting in a thong on top of Mount Everest? It looks like you're getting freezing, if you know what I mean. And Kwawanchi looked back at me and he said, cold is the skin, warm is the heart. At first that meant a lot to me because I thought, speaking parable. And at that moment, I realized Kwawanchi was actually suffering from hypothermia. And his name was actually Floyd Moss. And his lips were frozen so much that his name was not Kwawanchi, and nor was he a monk. He was a man that was lost up there. So, there's another hit I wrote from the annals of my heart. We grew up side by side, but he never was quite right. He'd acted different. He had a weird look in his eyes, kind of like a child molester. He turned 18, sat his family down, told all of us, this is who I am. What he said almost put his daddy in the ground when he said, I hope y'all are sitting down. I'm a Gamecock, I'm a Gamecock, I'm a Gamecock, I'm a Gamecock. That explains everything wrong with him. He flew the chicken flag, wore that ugly old hat. After that day, we never spoke to him again. And everything that he had was covered in garnet and black. The SEC was all he ever talked about, over and over. He said Clemson always cheats. They have meth in their cleats, and Dabo Sweeney is overrated. And that's when I scream, hey, listen to me, you lavender-headed Antifa wearing, living up in Portland, having sex with animals, Puck! You're a Gamecock, a stupid Gamecock. After that day, knew what was wrong with him. He had that chicken ringtone. All his logic was long gone. After that day, we never spoke to him again. You know, when Grandma was laying on her grave, she was laying there and called me to her bedside. And I said, what, Grandma, what do you want to tell me? She said, you know your stupid cousin? I said, you mean the one reporter for Gamecocks? She said, you're an idiot for even guessing that. Listen, when I pass away and I go to the other side of the Lord, don't let that chicken, that stupid Gamecock, carry my casket. It was so touching and so hurtful that even death had a tear in his eye. After that day, we never spoke to him. If you lost your mind, don't know who your mama is, Lord, you ma went out, got hammered drunk, slept on a bridge last night. We're winning tomorrow, we're winning tomorrow. If we don't, we need to burn Death Valley down. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up, I'll keep showing out. Real quick, I would like to show some honor and gratitude, people. The Brown Tiger said, will you ever interview that fraud, not Bobby Dirkens? Give $2 to my Bobby Dirkens Drink a Beer Fund. I'm going to, first of all, thank you for giving money to the Drink Bobby Dirkens Fund. No, I mean, don't drink Bobby Dirkens. That'd be weird. What does that do? My toilet water? My backwash? The water comes off of my unclothed body as I'm in the shower? That's weird. I mean, that probably is a category on OnlyFans, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting that. I don't know when I'm going to interview that imposter. Have you ever talked to somebody from California? Have you ever done that? Everything they say is not a statement. It sounds like a question. For instance, you ask them, you say, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, who are you again? My name is Ralph. I live in Santa Barbara. I drive a Subaru. I'm like, hold on, whoa, Ralph. That's a weird Western name, but let's go with it. You're saying this as though you're asking me a question. No, I'm not. I'm telling you. Whoa, hold on. Look, I know y'all pick on the Southerners for a lot of things, you know. Marrying their cousins and stuff, but I mean, if their legs are good enough, you can't blame me. You sound like everything you say is actually a question. I know. It's not. I don't know what you're saying. I was walking down the road the other day and got in my car. Whoa! Are you getting in your car or somebody else's car and you're questioning it? Y'all drive the same model of car? Will y'all park close to each other? Were you confused? Were you dazed? You not take your medicine? What are you talking about? If you know, you know. If you don't, God help you. I'll never forget I was in a conversation with somebody from California for so long. It was so confusing, my nose began to bleed. I think I was having an aneurysm. Cart-carrying aneurysm. You can play the games and you can act out the farts. I'm not going to sing any more than that because my last video I did the whole Garth Brooks thing. They actually tagged me, so I have to share any money made off that video with Garth Brooks. I'm sure he's worried about me over here in South Carolina singing parts of Friends in Low Places with me rewording most of it. That actually happened. Clemson wins tomorrow night, and if they don't, we just need to shut the thing up, become a lacrosse school. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up, I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens.